The National Transportation Safety Board is an independent United States government investigative agency responsible for civil transportation accident investigation, and its day-to-day operations is run by Dennis Jones, himself a veteran of accident investigation. Aviation this week caught up with him during an official assignment in the country, and it opens up about accident investigation and the role funding plays in any organization.
Well, I've had the opportunity to do a lot of traveling around the world to do accident investigation, including here in Africa, also in other parts of the world. The last accident that I was assigned to was Malaysia Flight 370. Well, each country is very different, mainly because of the infrastructure that sometimes creates quite a challenge. I've done accident investigation everywhere from being on top of Mount Kenya, which is the second highest mountain in Africa. I've been in the deserts of the Sudan. It's a very challenging climate areas there. There's different cultures, different governments, different accident investigation bodies in each country that makes things a little unique for each one that we do. So they're all very different. I don't know one that's more challenging than the others. I'm here in Nigeria. I've been coming here since about 2002, 2003 for accident investigations, and I've covered almost all your major crashes. It's a global community when it comes to aviation. We all train and we abide to the standards, world standards that are used for aviation safety. Pilots that train in Europe are trained in the same way pilots are in the U.S. and Asia, and including Africa, and it's using one standard. That's one of the ways to keep things in parity. In the past, that was not necessarily the case, and they were operating or using different standards. But now you have pretty well-defined international standards that most entities, whether they're governments or organizations, manufacturers, they use similar standards, and that tends to keep everyone in the same area of safety. And we receive funding each year, and we have an annual budget that we use, and we base it on that, just like any other government. But we're funded each year by Congress. In 17, it was about $108, $109 million for our agency. 70% of that, though, is for salaries. For any organization, it's critical. You need it to operate, to do your work, to do your mission. And I won't say it's critical, but it's essential just to do your day-to-day operation. You probably have one of the more robust programs in all of Africa. When I travel around Africa, I often refer to the Nigerian Accident Investigation Bureau as being a model organization, and people are quite impressed when I bring this back up. I've been involved with some workshops in other parts of the continent, and one of the things we've done is we invited a representative from the Nigeria AIB to come, so the rest of Africa could see the program. I'm not aware of any other accident investigation bureau below the sub-Sahara that has a flight reporter lab. It's the only one. We are always in a state of readiness for an accident. We're constantly polishing our skills, keeping update with the state of arts and new standards that might be applied. So on our end, we're constantly keeping ourselves current with all the new technology, or like what we call emerging technology, safety issues around the world. So when an accident occurs, we're kind of aware of those issues or irregularities that might be around, so that we can consider those things when we do our investigation. Because as you know, when an accident occurs, quite often it's a mystery at first when you get there. But if you have let's put it this way, a repository of information already going into an accident, it really helps you to focus in on areas of concern that may have existed before.